And there I was the girl from Suits.
This One's Wife, the photo Hypocrites. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. The press has been very much getting its knickers in a twist, getting its panties in a bunch, about the photograph that was released through her social media account by the Princess of Wales, which was edited, and she has admitted as such. Most of the general public simply see it as what it is: amateur editing of a photograph with no sinister intent as a consequence of the fact that many people edit photographs. There's no intent to mislead. We know that a proportion of the populace has jumped on the bandwagon of suggesting that there is something untoward going on, that Kate isn't actually either alive or isn't with Prince William, that divorce is imminent as a consequence of suggestions that this was a fabricated photo, that because she's not wearing her wedding ring or engagement ring, there is something going on. But then again, you would suspect that if it was a misleading photograph, then the ring would be on. Of course, there's a simple explanation as to why the ring might not be worn. First of all, Catherine doesn't always wear the rings. It's a home setting, so she might have taken it off. Furthermore, it might be as a consequence of the surgery and medication that she's on, her fingers have swollen up and she can't actually get the rings on. That's something that's quite typical, and is often the case with these situations. There's a very simple explanation, but of course the morons on social media prefer not to look at that and go racing with their various theories. Nevertheless, the Princess of Wales has experienced something of a torrid time with all of the speculation, and particularly the press going overboard about it. Naturally, as I reported yesterday, this one's wife, whilst undoubtedly revelling in the discomfort the Princess of Wales is experiencing, is envious of the attention that she's receiving and therefore had to ensure that she got mentioned. And the way to do so wouldn't be, which would be the smart thing to do, the clever thing to do, would be by expressing concern and solidarity with the princess, basically saying, yes, she's getting what I regularly get. People are treating her in the way that they treat me. And whilst people would see that she would be, of course, engaging and making it all about her, there would be a section of society that would think, well, actually, she's trying to be fair here, and that she's showing that Catherine's experiencing an unpleasant ride like she did. That's decent of her to exhibit solidarity with her. That would have been the smart thing to do from a more evolved narcissist. Thus, it would enable her to manage the facade whilst appearing to care and gaining attention, i.e. fuel. But her narcissism didn't lead her to do that. Still revelling in the discomfort the Princess of Wales is experiencing, instead, it caused her to have it announced that she wouldn't have made such a mistake that the Princess of Wales will have made, thus demonstrating her haughtiness and belittling observation. Oh, I'm not silly. You wouldn't get me making such an elementary error as that, you know. I wouldn't be involved in any photograph that would be tampered with. Now, of course, immediately, many people thought, nonsense. Many of your photographs have the whiff of editing about them. And, of course, demonstrating once again the short-sightedness of her narcissism, which focuses on the moment without any due regard for collateral consequences. What then happens? After pronouncing, oh, we wouldn't get caught out like that, she then gets caught out because Jessica Taylor and Ewan Stone write in the Daily Mail, Harry and this one's wife face hypocrisy row as it emerges Snap from her second pregnancy was doctored after allies waded into Kate's Photoshop furore. Harry and this one's wife are facing a hypocrisy row after it was revealed that a tree was edited into the photo used to announce the Duchess's second pregnancy. Again, it's worth making the point that it's not particularly sinister. It's done to make a more attractive photograph and present the couple in a way which catches the eye. It's not something that is unheard of. Nevertheless, they made it known that they wouldn't be caught out in such an elementary error, and in actual fact they have. Yesterday, sources close to the couple waded into the social media storm surrounding Kensington Palace's photo editing gaffe after the Princess of Wales admitted to experimenting with editing on the Mother's Day photo of herself with her children. They said Harry and this one's wife would have been annihilated if they had made the same Photoshop mistake as Kate, but added the Duchess would not have slipped up due to freakish attention to detail. Now, a resurfaced podcast has revealed that the intimate 2021 black and white photo of the couple, used to announce her second pregnancy, was doctored. London-based photographer Meghan Harriman has previously discussed how he altered an image of them in a meadow to be under a willow tree. Speaking on the Private Passions podcast on BBC Radio 3, the Sussex's longtime friend said, "It's amazing what you can do with technology," as he explained how the final image had been created, describing it as virtual shooting. However, after it emerged that the picture-perfect photo of Harry and this one's wife's second baby announcement was doctored to add a willow tree in the background, royal expert Angela Levin branded the couple's camp as hypocrites. She told the Super Soaraway's Sun a tree was doctored in their photograph to create a special backdrop, so how dare their camp say anything about Catherine's? In a resurfaced recording, Mr. Harriman states, "My most well-known virtual shoot is the portrait I took of Prince Harry and this one's wife announcing their pregnancy." He revealed that he took the photo remotely, as he was in a different location to the royal couple during the pandemic, and used technology that allowed him to communicate with the Sussexes, telling them how to pose while remotely pressing the shutter from a completely different place. The podcast host added, "They weren't actually under a willow tree, were they? They were lying outside in a meadow, weren't they?" Mr. Harriman replied, "Yeah, they were lost in their love at home in their garden, comfortable, celebrating new joy." Bizarre and unfounded conspiracy theories were fueled by the photoshopped image of Kate 42 and her children Prince George 10, Prince Charlotte 8 and Prince Louis, the loose cannon, aged 5. All the theories threaten to spiral out of control. Many have suggested the speculation could be quashed if Kensington Palace released the original photo of Kate and her children before it had been edited. Well, the press want that, don't they? And seasoned royal fans may remember that this is exactly how the Duke and Duchess of Sussex handled their own Photoshop gate when they were accused of altering their 2019 Christmas card featuring Prince Archie. Fans thought the photo of the couple with their eldest son may have been edited because this one's wife's face was in sharp focus despite the fact she was in the back of the photo. The snap shows Harry and this one's wife smiling as they sit on the ground by their Christmas tree, while Archie, who was a little more than 6 months old at the time, crawled towards the camera with an inquisitive expression. After people spotted that this one's wife's face was more in focus than Harry's, despite the pair both being in the background of the snap, social media was ablaze with theories that the snap had been edited to bring the Duchess closer into focus. Check out this one's wife's face. It is photoshopped. Her face is clear and everything else is blurred. Archie's is also photoshopped, one person claimed. Another posted on X, "This is quite possibly the worst Photoshop picture I've ever seen," and again with the black and white. Nevertheless, her friend, Janina Gavanka, who claims to have taken the photo, shared the original, which appeared to be exactly the same, though whether that actually satisfied people or was simply an attempt to nullify the threat to control, well, you can make your own mind up. But here we are, once again, with this one's wife's narcissism in full effect, demonstrating a lack of emotional empathy for her sister-in-law, demonstrating a particular method by which her narcissism doesn't seek to show solidarity with her, but rather revels in the condemnation of what she's experiencing, and at the same time saying, "Oh, we have a freakish attention to detail. We wouldn't get caught out like that," only the very next day for it to emerge that they have been caught out like that because they have used a composite doctored image. Again, not one that's particularly sinister in the same way that the Princess of Wales isn't, but it demonstrates the nature of her narcissism, that she has no emotional empathy for her sister-in-law, as to engage in the one-upmanship. "Oh, I wouldn't be so stupid as to do what she's done." And the narcissism scores its points in the moment, only for the collateral consequence to be revealed. Actually, you have done. And in actual fact, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones because there's many instances where people have suggested that pictures that have been released by the Sussexes have been photoshopped. But of course, the narcissist can't help but want to gloat, can't help to want to belittle, and once again, she's been caught out and demonstrated as a hypocrite. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.